Hey, how are you? I hope you're doing great. This is Adenugu back in the building. As always, thank you guys so much for your support. I'm so flattered that you guys actually take time to watch my videos. But anyway, today we're actually going to expand more on the topic we were talking about last week about investing in Nigeria. So first of all, I'm not against anybody going back home to, invest in something. However, I think that one of the biggest mistake that many of us do that live abroad is going back home to invest in rental properties. And this is because rental property is the worst investment anybody living abroad can do it back home. And in this video, I'm actually going to give you examples to explain to you why it's not a good idea. So in Nigeria, rents are paid, annually. In America, rents are paid, monthly. So let's say, for example, I gave you 100K, $100,000, and you go to Nigeria to buy rental properties that you're going to rent out. This $100,000, let's assume that dollar exchange is 315 naira. So it will convert to 35 million naira. This 35 million naira will not be able to buy property in rich areas like Banana Island in Lagos or, somewhere in Abuja or something like that, rich areas. You can't afford to buy a rental property there or even a property there for 35 million naira. You better have the cash. So many of us that go home that don't have, with that kind of money, we end up going to, you know, buying properties outside the rich areas. Like, for example, you might go to Enugu or Anambra, somewhere in the east, or, Benin, or somewhere that is more affordable. So let's assume that you were able to find a rental property, in Nigeria. Let's assume 6 flats in Nigeria, and each flat has 3 bedrooms in it. And you rented it. Let's use Enugu as an example. You buy the property in Enugu. So you're renting, let's assume that you're renting each flat for 1 million naira, which is even high because most of the time you're looking at, people are paying rent like about 800 thousand a year or 500,000 naira a year. But let's just assume that you rented each flat in Enugu for 1 million naira, converted, for a year. If you convert this 1 million naira that you collect from each person, that's like about $2,857 that you collected in your rental property for a whole year. That's a waste of money. Waste of money. So let's say you collected, 6 flats. So 2,857 times 6. That's like about $17,142 that you collected from this rental. That's how much you made from this rental property. In Nigeria, you're not there. You don't trust anybody that is collecting the rent for you. Maybe the tenant, they pay before, when they move in. Sometimes people can't afford it after, once they move in. You're there trying to collect your money. You go there, the landlord will say to you, oh, your tenant will say to you, Oga landlord, at my job, they laid me off. Oga landlord, every day you come, Oga landlord, Oga landlady. There's always stories that you're getting from your tenants. Sometimes you go there, your tenants will see you coming in. They will tell their daughter or their son, their children, to go and tell you that they're not home. The children will run to you and be like, oh, landlord, my mom said I should tell you that they're not home. Or my dad said I should tell you they're not home. So you face the problem of collectability. It becomes a problem in Nigeria after the first year once they move in. A lot of people that I know that have rental properties back home, they complain that they're not collecting their money. Second of all, you might end up buying property that was sold, that has that, and then the property, no, you buy property that has been sold to other people. So sometimes you get there, you're like, this is my property. Another person's like, oh no, I bought this property. Another person's like, and then you end up going to court, wasting money, trying to fight to, trying for them to decide who is the right, owner of the property. And most of the time you're wasting money. And at the end of it, whoever has the highest money, the biggest money to bribe the court system wins. You end up losing your whole money. So it's not guaranteed back home in terms of collecting money and buying properties that has not been sold to other people. While in America, you don't have to pay everything in cash. In Nigeria, it's all cash basis. If you don't have money, you don't buy. If you have money, you buy. And sometimes getting a loan from the bank is very, very difficult back home because most people don't have collateral to get a loan. Unlike America, where you don't need to spend that whole $100,000 to buy one property. All you need is a down payment and the house is yours. And as long as you're making monthly payment for however, maybe 30 years, 15 years, however you decide to finance it, as long as you're making monthly payment, it's your house until you pay it off. I mean, it's not your house. It's your house, but you know what I mean. Basically, for those of you that live in America, you live in America, you know what I mean. So let's say I have 100K in America. I'm not gonna go and use the 100K and buy one property. I might put maybe $30,000 down to buy one house. Let's say I can use that 100K to buy 3 houses in America. So let's assume that I bought 3 houses in Houston, because where you're buying the house also matters. If it's in California, then I'm not going to be able to buy, the 100K might not even be able to buy one property for me. Or, maybe it can only just put deposit for me on one property. But in Houston, with 100K, I can put, down payments, 30,000 each or 30 something thousand each for each house that I buy. And let's say I bought it in Houston and I'm renting each property for $1,400 a month. That's what I'm renting it. That's helping pay my mortgage, the property tax, and also there's tax benefit for me that I can claim. This interest that I'm paying, the tax, I can claim it on my tax return. So there's benefit for me there. But let's say I bought 3 properties and I rented each property for $1,400 per month. At the end of the year, I'm collecting $1,300 each property. I'm collecting like about $16,800 every year. So if I bought 3 properties, that's like about $50,400 that I'm collecting from these 3 properties. So compared to the $17,142 I collected for the whole year for the 6 flats that I bought in Nigeria, do you see the difference? Why buying rental properties in Nigeria is not advisable in my own opinion. Unlike, okay, let's even say you have the money, you want to go to these rich areas to buy property. Like, for example, Linda Ikeji, I think the story was that she paid $850 million for her house in Banana Island. 850 million naira converted to dollars is like about $2.4 million. And let's say you have the enough capital to go there and buy a house for 850 million naira in Banana Island. And let's say you're renting it out for like 6 million a year. 6 million converted to American dollars is about $17,000 a year. Where in America are you gonna rent a rental property that a property that you paid 2.4 million for 17,000 a year? You're gonna be making way more than that. Maybe you're renting it 17K per month, and you're making more. So to me, I feel like when we go back home and talk about, oh, we're renting it, we hear the millions, but then when we convert it to to dollars, you're actually losing money. And at the same time, we're not even talking about conversion fee, exchange rate conversion fee. Like if you're to convert the money and bring it back to America. So I'm not saying you shouldn't go back home to invest. What I'm saying is that investing in rental properties back home, it's a waste of money, if you ask me. The cash flow that comes with it, it's not even worth it. Anyway, let me know what you think. Bye.